Welcome back to your soon-to-be favorite podcast. I'm Angelica.
And I'm Kelsey.
And this is
Here We Grow.
Baby, you're all that I want. Lay you lying here in my arms. I'm finding it hard to believe
We're together. Hello.
Hi.
We're back.
I'm better than ever, baby.
I thought you could get rid of us, but we're still here.
Almost, though.
You almost got rid of us.
We took a long break.
We did. We sat down here and we're like, what is this? Where are we? Oh, Cash just started saying, where are we? Like I took him to Target today because I let him pick out a toy today, and just Target has a good toy aisle. Okay, I'm sorry. Took him to Target. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me ahead of time.
I'm an ally. I'm sorry.
I do not go there regularly, okay? It was just okay, anyway. We go down to the toilet paper aisle and he goes, where are we? And he says it just like that. And I think he has learned it from a YouTube channel that he watches where these people play Minecraft and they just are kind of like characters. And I think they probably go, where are we? And so Cash says that.
Aww.
And I'm like, we're in the toilet paper aisle at Target. And remember I told you, I think I said this on the podcast, the last time I took him to Target, we walked in the front doors and he goes, so pretty. And I was like, he knows the aesthetic at Target is different than everywhere else we take him.
Yeah.
And so when I told him, because sometimes he's just weird about what stores we're going to. And I'm like, we're going to the big store that you said was pretty last time. Do you remember? And this is hard because he doesn't understand what remember means. So he doesn't understand that I'm asking him to recall a memory. He's just like, remember? So I'm like, remember you walked in, you said, oh, so pretty. And then he's like, yeah. Like as if he remembers, but I don't know if he really does. And then we walked in and he kind of looked around for a second. I was like, do you remember this? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, maybe you are remembering then. I don't know. I can't tell. And then we get to the toilet paper aisle and he's like, where are we?
When do kids start remembering?
I mean, I think he does remember things. But I just don't know if he knows what remembering means. Like he does remember. Oh, trust me, he remembers things. Oh, also, oh my God, I haven't even told you this yet. Cash is peeing in the potty.
Oh my God,
this just started. A good boy. I know this just started a few days ago. He is fully like he could go the whole day peeing in the potty. He has not pooped in the potty yet, and he only has 3 days left of school. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So after Wednesday, we're going to do full on potty training so that we can do it all at home. But yeah, crazy. He just randomly he wanted to sit on the potty and then he peed in it. I know. He's so proud of himself. I know. This is like a little time capsule on his him growing up. Enough about me. Go ahead.
Go ahead on what? I don't have anything
I don't know.
on.
I just feel like I've been rambling since we started.
I got engaged.
Angelica's engaged, which I didn't know about before it happened.
My ring is
I just didn't know when it would be.
Stunning. Yeah. Kelsey knew it was happening. She just didn't know when.
Well, the ring is exactly what she asked for.
Literally.
Because I have excellent memory.
Literally, yeah. Exactly what I asked for. Non-traditional. One big oval gem. And she's cute. Yeah, so I love it so much, and it's actually so much better than I could have imagined it to be. Like, it's like he took what I wanted and then, like, I don't know, like, turned it into, like...
Well, and he said later it was the first ring. Like, he went to the jeweler and said, okay, this is the list that her best friend said she wants. And he's like, oh, I've got that ring right here.
Yeah, pulls it out.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you know, you want to make sure you look around.
Right.
So he shopped around a little bit more, and he was like, yeah, no, nothing tops that first one.
Right.
So it's a rutilated garnet. Surrounded by diamonds, little diamonds, set in a halo white gold band. I think I said that right.
Yeah, and the setting looks like a crown from underneath.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
Like Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. We were supposed to go on a hot air balloon.
Tell the story.
Yeah, so we had planned to go to Urban Apples, and they were having tethered hot air balloons, which is the only way I'll ride a hot air balloon. They're typically like $300 the ride, and they were doing it for $20 each person.
Yeah.
So it was a steal. And for weeks, I had been planning this event, or like saying that I had been wanting to go to this event. And my friend Jess had came over, and we were just talking. So I never checked to make sure the event was still happening. Mario came home. We got dressed. We got ready to go. And as we were leaving, he goes, what's the address again? I'm like, oh, yeah, let me pull it up. Pulled it up, says canceled due to high winds. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Definitely don't want to be in a tethered hot air balloon during high winds.
Yeah, it was the right choice. Mm-hmm. But I was like, dang, like now we got nothing to do. Like, what are we going to do?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
What do you want to do? And then we go to the living room, and I forget what the words he said. It was something like, well, we can either figure something else to do, or you can spend the rest of your life with me. Mm-hmm. And he gets on his one knee, and
he only has one knee.
He gets on one knee. He
gets on his one and only knee.
Oh my God. He gets on one knee.
Yeah.
I almost did it again. And he's just like, Angelica Figueroa, like, will you marry me? Like, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, blah, blah, blah. And previously, when we watched Twilight, like a week ago, he was like, Bella's not crying when Edward proposed. I'm like, honey, not every girl cries.
Yeah.
And he goes, you better cry.
Oh, no.
So when he's proposing to me, I'm laughing, and I'm like, shut up. Nuh-uh. For real?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. For real?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
A lot of girls respond that way. Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Nuh-uh. You're not doing it.
He goes, yeah, like I'm being for real. I'm like, oh my God, what?
Yeah.
And I even told him, I was like, honey, I know I'm not crying, but like I'm really happy. Yeah. Like, and he puts the ring on me, and he stands up, and we're hugging. And then that's when it hits me.
Yeah. And
I'm like, wait, like, you want to spend the rest of your life with me? And he's like, yeah. And I start tearing up. I'm like, wait, like, I'm not too much for you? And he's like, no. I was like, you really love me for real? And he's like, yeah. And I just start crying. And then I was like, wow, like, it's exactly how I would have wanted. Mm-hmm. Like, even though we didn't go on the hot air balloon, it was still just exactly how I wanted it, just us two.
It's the right moment.
The right moment. Yeah. Unexpected.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I remember you were saying, I don't remember when this was, but there was some situation where I was going to be there, and you thought that might be the day he's going to propose because I was there. And I was like, you said you want it to just be him and you, so why would I be there? Like,
because
say right now if you need me to be there.
Well, because he said
blink twice if you need me to be there. That sounded like Mickey Mouse. That I said.
You sound like Goofy.
Blink twice.
That sounded like Mickey. So do it again.
Blink twice. It was worse that time.
Yeah.
The first one was better. The second one.
When I first told him I just wanted it to be us, he was like, you don't want someone there taking pictures? And I'm like, honestly, no. Like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Who knows what I'm going to look like?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Nah. Like, I'm okay with not having pictures of that.
Well,
and so I thought.
Wait, and then well, and after I was there for the conversation where you're like, I just wanted to be the two of us. Then you sent me a TikTok that's a girl going up to her best friend. She's like, hey, bestie, what you doing today? Yeah, you know what? Maybe you should put this dress on. It would be so cute for, look how nice it is out today. Like dropping hints to get dressed up. And you're like, you better do this for me. And I'm like, how am I going to do this for you if I'm not with you?
Well, you can text me like, hey, what are you wearing today? Like, oh, maybe you should wear a dress.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
And I would have if I would have known when it was.
Yeah.
But he knew that you'd be dressed up for what you were going for.
Yeah,
and you suspected
dress on. Yeah,
you suspected that it might be during the balloon.
I did suspect it was, but then when it was happening,
you're still shocked.
Yeah, I was shocked. He had been talking about it for a while, so I knew at some point. But yeah, once it happened, I was like, nuh-uh, mm-hmm. Like, no. Yeah, anyway.
No.
But like, yeah.
Okay, so can I read you my quote of the day?
Yes.
It's relevant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess. Yeah,
okay.
sure.
So my quote of the day, I found in my screenshots from.
Oh shit. From.
I don't have the date here. Wait, let me find the date because that's relevant too. Hold on.
Is this something I said?
No, it's something I said, but to you.
Oh.
Let me find the date. Hold on. I told you I was looking through my screenshots earlier and found some other interesting quotes.
Oh.
Well, you know, the one I told you about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is from December 20th, 2023.
December 20th. Okay, yeah, I'm in that headspace.
Can you tell us a general idea of where you are in your timeline of your life right at this moment before I say the quote?
I had just filed for divorce. Mm-hmm. It had been a couple weeks since I filed for divorce. I was living alone. Probably wanted the earth to open up and swallow me whole.
Yeah.
I was very depressed, and I just didn't know what was going to happen with my life. I didn't. Lots of uncertainty.
Okay. So I'm going to read the text that you sent me and then my reply. If you want to cut the part that you sent me, we can. So okay. You said, I think I'm also in the mourning stage, accepting that I'm not going to get the happily ever after that I imagined. Then I said, in case we cut it, I said, consider this. No one ever truly gets their happily ever after. It's in fairy tales for a reason. Life is truly a cocktail of all the different emotions, and you just have to choose what makes you most happy. So maybe not just mourning that you don't get a happily ever after with, but that happily ever after doesn't exist. Only good people loving each other right. Now, I'd like to hear how you now feel about that quote almost a year and a half later.
Yeah. Wow. What a 180. Being engaged. Yes. So, the mourning part for sure, because, happiness after a loss, because, my ex is no longer with us. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just, happiness after a loss because my ex is no longer with us.
Mm-hmm. With us.
Yeah. He's no longer with us. And, for so long I had this, I knew what my life was going to look like. I knew what my like my happily ever after, I knew what it was going to look like. And so when it completely changed, it was like my future was blank and I had nothing to look forward to. I didn't know what that was going to look like. And even like when Mario and I first got together, I would tell Kelsey like, oh my God, like, getting married again, that's crazy. Like, essentially I'm damaged goods and, no one's going to want that. Like, no one's going to want to be with someone who's already been married, like who's already had all those first experiences. And you would tell me like, well, it's not about the wedding. It's about the marriage. It's about who you're marrying. And I think hearing that in my head constantly, now I am the complete like mindset. Don't get me wrong. I'm still like a bit hesitant to, because there's times even before he proposed to me, we were just thinking like, let's just elope. Let's just like sign the papers and and I was all for it.
Like just without all the fluff.
Right.
Because again, it's not about the wedding.
It's not about the wedding. Right. And
look where that got you the first time throwing this huge fluff.
Well, and then I get in my head and I'm like, okay, maybe let's not rush this because God forbid. But like no one goes into a marriage thinking about divorce. No one does.
Right.
And I mean, we love each other and I'm not going anywhere and he's not going anywhere. So like the mindset of love after loss, it's I'm feeling it.
Well, I think there's a lot of people out there that could benefit from hearing you say that. Hearing your mindset when I read this text message a year and a half ago to where you are today. Like you were not in a good place at that time. Mm-mm. That was a very, very hard and bad place. And you had made all the all of the hardest decisions you had to make. And you could have very well not made those decisions and just decided to do the easier thing and sweep it under the rug. But you decided not to. You decided to do the hard thing, the thing that would cost more mental energy, more emotional energy, that would cause more healing to have to happen. And look where you are because of it.
Yeah. And like really facing yourself and feeling happiness from within. Mm-hmm. Like that's hard. That's hard to do, sitting with yourself and all the decisions you've ever made and how it brought you to this point and how you're going to move forward. Like, that's a hard thing to do.
Do you agree, though, that after some time it starts to become easier?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
oh, yes, absolutely. Yes. Was it really dark there for a second? Yes.
How long would you say before it started getting easier? Like in time, like weeks, months?
That's a really good question because honestly, it started becoming easier 5 months in.
Yeah.
Around the time I started dating Mario. Okay, that's another thing. Okay, a lot of things come into healing, right? A lot of people that get out of a relationship and go straight into another one, like you're not getting over the hump. That's not you getting over the hump.
Well, and I don't think it's really about getting over the other person as much as it is about learning who you are.
That's what I'm saying. You have to get there. Mm-hmm. That's the hump. Like you have to face yourself. Mm-hmm. You have to be alone. You have to be okay with being alone. You have to say, you know what? I'm not going to worry about who my next partner is, what that looks like, what they look like, nothing, because I have to self-soothe. Mm-hmm. I have to give myself the happiness that I'm looking for in others.
And then once you figure that out, it's actually very like,
oh my God, it's fun. Amazing. Living by myself was
really cool.
Honey, I love you so much. He knows that though. Yeah. Like my independence, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed it. Like, and that's what's so pure about him and I is that he moved in at such a pure, genuine time. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like I needed him here or
emotionally, physically, financially.
Like, no, it was so
it was
organic.
Like, this is time.
Yeah. Like, I feel like it's the right time right now.
Right.
I've enjoyed my solitude. I've enjoyed, living alone. I love it. And, let's move in. Like,
yeah. I used to tell people, so I was 19 when Travis and I broke up for 8 months, and I was heartbroken. It was very hard for me when we broke up for that period of time. And what I learned about myself during that time was irreplaceable.
Yes.
I cannot even explain to you in words what I learned about myself during that time. But I will say that for about 2 weeks, I had to keep myself busy all the time. I was spending the night at friend's house. Spend the night at your house tonight, somebody else's house tomorrow night, my parents' house the next night, hanging out with my sister the night after that. I was keeping myself busy at all times that I was awake.
Yeah.
So that I wasn't sitting and feeling sorry for myself. I wasn't feeling sad. I wasn't, and that's just really to survive the first couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. I would not recommend distracting yourself for the entire healing process, but to get through the hardest, most painful parts.
Yeah, lean on people.
Lean on people and distract yourself. When you go to hang out with your friend, try not to talk about it that much. Like, talk about it, yes, if you need to, let it out, but then find ways to distract yourself. Bake something, make something, go on walks, go on adventures, go to the pool, whatever you can do. Because that is what made it easier for me. And then what ended up happening was I went to go see Travis's mom. And during this time, Travis and I had a hard time staying away from each other, which was not healthy for either of us. One, because Travis didn't know what the fuck he wanted. And he was 19 as well. So, okay, understandable. And we had been with each other already for like 2 to 3 years. And I still very much wanted him. So him not knowing what he wanted and kind of like wondering if he still wanted me and me wanting him very badly was a very bad mix. I was constantly hurting myself by allowing him to give me hope. And one day I went to go see Travis's mom, which I don't even know why the fuck I did that. Why was I doing that? Why was I inserting myself? Travis wasn't even there. I just went to go see his mom. And she basically told me, leave him alone. And not leave him alone, like, leave my son alone. Like, leave his dumbass alone is what she was telling me. Like, if he doesn't see what he has in you, leave his dumbass alone. Why are you chasing after him?
That's a good mama.
So I was like,
I wish I would have gotten that advice.
She's like, I was like, you're right. You know, you're right. I need to be angry. I don't need to be yearning after him. I need to be angry. She said something along the lines of, Travis thinks that he can have his cake and eat it too. And I was like, you're fucking right. You know what? You're right. You're right. I'm going to show him, right? So, you know, of course,
I don't know what's coming out of your mouth next. But
of course, this is months in. Lots of things have happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of things. I mean, lots of things. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'm going to follow her rules and see how that goes. So whenever he texts me, take like 24 to 48 hours to respond. And the way that I get through that, because I'm very bad at not responding, especially when it's somebody I want to talk to, I would distract myself. Them. Yes, I would distract myself. So if he would text me, I'd be thinking about what I want to text back, but I'll be like, I want to hurt his feelings so bad. I'm not going to respond. And then I'll just distract myself until I forgot about it.
Like, and then, yeah, I hadn't responded to him.
Oh, yeah. So then I'd be later like, yeah, something like just short, right? And then he would text me again a couple days later and I'd take a long time to reply. And now I can tell it's bothering him. He's now yearning after me. And
oh, how the tables have turned.
Oh, how the turns table. So basically what ended up happening was over a couple of weeks of time, I'm playing hard to get. And really I'm thinking, fuck you. Do my own thing.
You know what? I am going to move on.
But I was also in the back of my mind, in my young back of my mind, thinking, right. I might get him back like this if I keep playing hard to get. And I did. What ended up happening was he did think he could have his cake and eat it too.
He was forced to make a decision.
Right. He did think he could have his cake and eat it too. And when his cake started walking away, he's like, I only want the cake. So basically one day he was like, hey, I miss you. I haven't really seen you in a while. Not really responding to me. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've been busy. And he's like, hey, will you come over so I can talk to you? I went over to his house a little like the next day or something. And we went on a drive. And he was like very flirty and basically telling me like, I want to get back together and I'll give you time if you need time. But like, I really want to get back together. And
please tell me you took the time.
I was like, yeah, you know, I'll think about that. And then, on our drive, I got a flat tire. So we were forced to be with each other for a little bit longer until we could get the tire changed. And then I took him back home and I went back to my parents' house and he's texting me the next morning. Good morning, beautiful. How are you doing? Wants me to come see him. And I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. And then we ended up getting back together and I set hard boundaries when we got back together.
Yep.
And he respected them and we've been together ever since. We have a child now.
Yeah.
We've been together 14 years. 14 years.
Wow. Incredible story.
But the point of that was I learned a lot about myself then. I learned that I am valuable, that I'm the prize.
Yes.
I love Travis. He's amazing. He's one of the best men that I know in the world. And I would not trade him for the world. But at that time, I needed to realize that I was the prize so that I would stop yearning after him because that was not how I was going to have my happily ever after, was yearning after someone else.
Right.
And I learned a lot about my own power during that time. And I think that's something that's irreplaceable, something that everybody needs.
Yes.
So hopefully y'all get that.
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all have that already. But if not, you can do that.
Yeah.
It's not as hard as it seems like it will be. It feels like it'll be the end of the world, but it's not.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people tend to go from relationship to relationship because they don't want to sit in their own thoughts and like loneliness and sadness. But like you have to.
Well, if you just do it for just a little while,
just a little bit,
then you'll enjoy it.
Yes.
You will at some point enjoy it. You just have to give it time.
You have to, there's no way around it. You have to go through it.
Yep.
You have to feel everything.
Yep.
Feel it.
Yep.
And anytime you feel it, don't push it away. Feel it in the moment. Move through it. Get over it. Get past it. You just have to get through it. Yep. You have to sit with those thoughts. You have to sit with yourself and how you're feeling. And you're going to feel like shit. And you're going to feel like, I don't know what the hell's going on in my life anymore.
Yeah.
But you have to have these hard moments to, like you said, enjoy.
It's kind of like kids, you know, like they say, you know, a kid will never learn not to how to fall off the playground until they fall off the playground, right? You'll never learn how to be by yourself until you're by yourself. So it does hurt a little bit when you first start, but then you learn how to be by yourself and you actually enjoy it.
Yeah, I love Mario, but like,
and then you can still get into a relationship after that. But first, well, I can't even explain like the things that you learn about yourself. You learn that you are your own person and that your decisions and someone else's decisions are not connected.
Yep.
You learn that how somebody thinks of you has nothing to do with you at all.
Yep.
Period.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm really glad that I took the time to heal. I mean, I'm still kind of like obviously learning and healing and trying to move past some things. But if you don't, you will ruin every relationship after that. And not only that.
Yes, because fresh out of your last relationship, Angelica was toxic still.
She was.
Fresh into your relationship with Mario was a little toxic still.
Oh, what are you talking about? We weren't toxic. We were never toxic.
Not you guys.
Oh.
You. Like you had to unlearn still.
I thought that anything Mario would do or say was to manipulate me. Mm-hmm. I felt like
you were always on the defense.
Yes, I was always on the defense because I thought he was always trying to manipulate me. And that's what was like ruining it at the beginning.
Also, there was always like this fear that he was tricking you and you were going to be asleep.
Yes. And I would have no idea. Mm-hmm. Like I needed to stay awake.
Yeah.
And like watch your every move and analyze everything you say to me. Mm-hmm. But we
had conversations about that.
Yep. And we took time and boundaries were respected. Mm-hmm. And, you know, thank God he's a patient man and good things come to those who wait. And I'm here.
Savannah.
But, Good
man, Savannah.
He's a good man. He's a good man. I thought you were talking about, you said that name for the... Anyway, another point. Well, okay, I was going to say, it's a good thing that I learned how to self-soothe and how to be okay with myself because Mario loves gaming. Like, that's his number one, you know, spending his time on.
Hobby, yeah.
That's his hobby. And even though I'm in the picture now, he does a really good job of balancing both. Mm-hmm. And I never want him to lose that. Like, mm-hmm. I want a happy Mario. Mm-hmm. So if gaming, whenever you want, however long you want, makes you happy, I want that. And don't get me wrong, like if I ever feel neglected, I will tell you, but I won't. Oh my God, that was so creepy.
That was creepy because of his smile too.
So, you know, if I hadn't healed from what I went through, I probably would have been like clinging to his desk.
Oh, you're not hanging out with me. You're not.
Yeah, you clearly don't like me or want to spend time with me. You're always on the game. Like,
right.
You know, hey, can I play the game? Sure. I was just going to read my book or I was going to watch Hulu or what. Like, I'm good with being alone.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I enjoy that. I like that he respects that. He likes that I respect what he wants to do. And that's wonderful. That works.
Yep.
I don't need to be up someone's ass all the time.
Literally.
And they don't need to be up my ass either.
Period.
You are your own person in this relationship. Mm-hmm. You will always be your own person. Granted, you're a unit, you're a partnership, yes, but...
I think Will Smith said once that maybe it was... I don't remember who, but anyway, they said, you know, you're two individual That's how he said it too.
Two individuals.
You're two individuals on your own journey, side by side, not on the same journey.
Ooh, I
Not
like
two
that.
individuals on the same journey.
I like that. Anne Hathaway had a similar quote where it was asked like how are her and her husband, like how do they work so well? And she's like, we're just two people who decided to do life together. Mm-hmm. And we still do our own things and we just support and love each other. Right. And that's it.
Basically, it's the opposite of codependency. Like,
yeah,
codependency is where like you can't live without the other person. You can't, like, all of your emotions are dependent on the other person.
Yes, exactly.
And that's not how you're never going to have a successful relationship that way.
Well, exactly. I place the responsibility of my happiness on someone else when it should have been on me the whole time.
And vice versa.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I thought there might have been something else I wanted to say about that, but no, that's pretty much it. I mean, it was very hard, but honestly, I love that
Best
I did that.
Best decision ever.
Best decision ever. It all worked out in the end, and
you'll hear about it one day.
Yeah.
Front to back.
Yeah. Side to side.
In a book. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. You could write a book.
Oh my gosh.
So I have another thing to tell you. My birthday was last weekend. Angelica got me. Well, first of all, let me tell the whole story. Angelica walks into my birthday dinner at Outback with 2 number balloons, a 3 and a 1, which is what I turned 31. And I was like, are these the same balloons from Maria's birthday? Because Maria just had a birthday in March and she turned the same age. And she goes, yes, ha ha ha. Maria joked that it was a Sisterhood of the Traveling Balloons. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. I'm going to save them and use them for Stephanie's birthday, which is in 2 more months.
Oh, shit.
she's turning the same age. So then she also gives me a plant. She's like, oh, yeah, I also got you this plant. It's propagated from my own plant, which was my mom's plant, which was my grandma's plant. So I'm like, oh, so it's also the Sisterhood of the Traveling Plant. So I'm going to have to also pass this plant on once I propagate it for myself, which it won't be in time for Stephanie's birthday, obviously, because it won't grow that fast. But, and then you're like, oh, also that pot. You're like, also that pot is from a plant that I gave to Mario that he killed. And I was like, oh, so it's also the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pot. So I'll have to use that pot to gift my propagated plant. Anyway, it's a really cute pot. So I am not a plant person, okay? I think plants are beautiful. I love all of your plants. I think they're beautiful, great choices. My sister's a plant person. You're a plant person. And my coworker, she's huge green thumb. I mean, her whole house, I'm sure, is full of plants. Garden outside,
like my
everything.
Mom?
Yes.
Wow.
Probably worse than your mom.
And I remember being like, oh my God.
She reads the Farmer's Almanac. Almanac.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, but I would go to my mom's house. I'm like, this is too much. This is like, wait. And now I'm like halfway there. And I'm like, you know what? This is kind of cool.
You're halfway there because the people who owned this house before you were amazing.
No, I agree, but I don't know why you said that.
Well, remember I told you, like, you're so lucky that the people that owned the house before you planted so many amazing plants.
Oh, yes. Like, yes. I think I'm on the inside.
Tulips in front of the house and the beautiful, she has 2 beautiful trees in the front. Oh,
God.
She has, are there daylilies by the light out here, by the driveway light? Yeah, I think there's daylilies there. Sure. Anyways, you have a hibiscus tree in the back. 2 hibiscus trees. You have all these like wild sunflowers in the middle. So many like plants out, so much greenery.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's a spider's wonderland out there, okay? Trust me, I know. Story for later. But you're halfway there because the people that owned the house before you set you up for success with this house.
Shout out to the Walkers.
And you didn't even know because you bought the house in winter.
Yeah. Yeah. So like that first spring, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. I remember being shocked myself.
I knew about the tulips and the willow tree from the pictures, but I hadn't seen them in person until.
And nothing from the back. A lot of it's in the back. The hibiscus trees are in the back and all the greenery in the back.
I think they took the back pictures in the.
Yeah, pine tree in the back. I mean.
A couple pine. Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway, no room for a pool though, unfortunately. For
maybe
me.
a hot tub though.
One of those blow up ones. Or you could build one into the deck.
No, it's not that big.
You could extend the deck and build it in. extend it further closer to Alex's house.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was
room for improvement.
So because I'm not a plant mom, I took the propagated plant that Angelica gave me.
And this is the first time I propagated a plant.
Yes, also that.
Which I don't know if I did it right. I followed the YouTube
Apparently
video.
you did do it right. I took it to work with me because I said, I'm going to take this to work. And my coworker, Shelly, who's the green thumb I was talking about earlier, she's going to help me make sure it's thriving before I take it back home. I might not even take it back home. It might be my work plant. We'll see. But so I take it to work. I tell her about it. I'm like, I need you to help me keep it alive. She's like, okay, well, that's good. Yep. She's like, it's nice. It's pretty and whatever. And she's like, I think I'll have you change it to a pot that drains. I'm like, okay.
It doesn't drain. It doesn't have a hole at the bottom.
No, there's no hole. We even checked under the sticker and there's no hole. And she said that she thinks that's why Mario's plant died.
I was just thinking like, wait a minute. You know what though? That's the scam about pretty pots sometimes that they don't have a drain.
But if you have a drill, you can drill your own hole in it. Depending on the type of pot it is.
See, I thought it did have a drain, and that's why I kept the plastic planter in it.
Planter?
Yeah. So, like, you know how most plants come in that plastic first, and then you put it in a pot? That's why I kept it like that.
Oh, I haven't taken it out yet, so I don't know what it looks like on the inside. But so she's like, I'll have you get a pot, whatever. She's like, but it doesn't need to be like right now. Just get one soon. So that day on my lunch break, I went to Meijer in Carmel. And I'm like, I'm going to just get my lunch at Meijer because they have hot food at the deli during lunchtime. Excuse me. And I'll go and grab a pot and whatever, bring it back home, we'll back to work and we'll repot it. So I bring it back. Well, no, I go to lunch. There's no food at the deli and there's no pots. They don't have a single terracotta pot in the entire building.
Terracotta?
It's like the stone.
Oh.
Yeah. Like the cheap stone ones.
Yeah.
And they have plastic pots, but they're too big. And they have ceramic pots, like the really pretty ones, like the one you gave me, but they're too expensive. They're like $25.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. So gave up on that, went to McDonald's for lunch. And then the next day, which was today, or maybe it was 2 days later, but.
Well, the girl in the video, she even put them in like small shampoo bottles or whatever they were.
Yeah, I think until they grow roots, they can be
and
in
then
an
you can
undrained.
Take them out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at the time, Shelly didn't know that they hadn't grown roots yet.
Yeah. I think the one with the smaller one, I think that's because before I gave it to you, I tried to pull them out and one came out easily. I was like, oh, that's not good. And then the one with the baby, I could not pull that out. I'm like, oh, okay, these are already having roots.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so to your point, when you're propagating it needs to grow roots. It needs to remain as moist as possible. So that's why Kendra was saying, putting it in water instead of soil. But then Shelly was like, it can do it in soil as well. You just have to keep the soil wet.
Yeah.
And so, I didn't even have to water it from the time you gave it to me to today. The soil was still wet.
Yeah.
But then before I left work today, I sprayed it with water to make sure that it stayed moist.
I've had that soil for like 2 years now, and I have it in this bag in the garage, and every time I open it, it's moist.
Oh, interesting.
It's really good soil.
That is good soil. So today I went, so the whole thing with Kendra, she was like, did she propagate it right? She's supposed to put it in water and then let it grow roots and then put it in soil. But that is true for more difficult plants. For the pathos, it doesn't matter. You can do either one.
That's
because it's a super easy plant. So anyway.
Well, I would have done that if I had watched the video sooner that said to do it like 2 months in advance.
Yeah, because Kendra said 8 weeks.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh shit, well, I'm just going to put it. She said, the girl in the video said. Yeah.
Shelly told me you can also put a pot of water next to your current pathos and just put one of the branches in the water and it will grow roots and then you can snip it and propagate that. Yeah. She said that she's propagated one at home bed that way at my job.
Well, my mom's, all of her pathos, I'm pretty sure are just water. Maybe one is in soil, but they all, she just has them in jars with water and they just travel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, they're super easy. So like, and I told Kelsey, if this doesn't work, we'll just do it again.
Yeah. She has plenty of pathos to spare.
Yeah.
So anyway, and maybe if we have to do it next time, we'll do the water thing with the one branch over and see if it grows roots. Anyway. So today I went to Ace Hardware in Carnival because I'm like, they've got to have pots at Ace Hardware. And I've been to an Ace Hardware before. They're pretty nice. So I go to Ace Hardware. Beautiful Ace Hardware in Carmel, by the way. I mean, just gorgeous. They have a gorgeous garden center.
Wow.
I go find my pot outside. I get a small terracotta pot that's like a grayish brown color and it has streaks on it, like as if it's been sanded. Ooh. It's really, really cute. And a saucer to go under it. And I go back in the Ace Hardware and I'm waiting to check out. And they have this little stand with a bunch of like ready to go plants, like plants that have been growing for a few months.
Did you get a plant?
I did not. But I was like, oh my God, this one is so pretty. Oh, and it's pretty cheap too. Oh my God, this one's so cute. I really want this one. Oh my God, I want this one. I'm like, Kelsey, one at a time.
Yep. I have to stop myself too.
I said, Kelsey, get one to survive, and then you can get another one. This is my first plant to try to get to survive.
This is a test.
This is the test. Let me not buy a bunch and then not be able to keep any of them. So
it's really sad when they die.
I did not buy one, but there were very pretty ones at the Ace Hardware. I'll have to, next time I go, I'll take video for you and show you because they are so pretty. And they're so like, they were in like nice pots too, even though they weren't that expensive. Like none of them were over $20. And like some were pathos, some were like the more spiky ones that kind of look like aloe, but they're not aloe. They're a flat leaf.
Yes.
I like those.
The light to dark green.
Yes.
Those are really good for air purifiers. No, I want one of those.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. I need to start learning names. And then when I went to work, I was telling people about how I was like looking at all these plants or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be my next hyperfocus. I'm going to have something to do when basketball season's over. And then,
please, I need to know more.
Yes, and then
so you can teach me all about it.
Just turned me into a plant mom. I had been wanting to put a flower bed in front of our house. There's a patch of grass from the house to the sidewalk that's like 2 feet wide and 16 feet long. And I've been wanting to turn that into a flower bed because it just grows weeds, like grass and weeds, basically like crabgrass. And I've been talking to Shelly about it a little bit, and she's like, yeah, you could put wildflowers there. Like you could just very, very quickly just put wildflowers there. And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And then she ended up bringing me, did you know that the library has free seeds?
Huh?
During the spring, the library gives away free packets of seeds.
Where do they get it from?
Flowers, cucumbers, all kinds of stuff. I don't know. They're donated, I guess.
I want cucumbers.
Mm-hmm. Just go to the library. Just go to the library. But anyway, any library. Because she got them from a Marion County library, and then I went to the Avon library last weekend, and they had them. That's a different county library.
Interesting.
But anyway, she brought me zinnia and green bean seeds. And then last time I was at the library, I got cucumber seeds. And I also want to grow pinto beans. I'm going too fast. I need to slow the fuck down. And I can't obviously put green beans and pinto beans in my flower bed.
Don't slow down. Do it all at once.
But no, I'm going to try to muster up the motivation this weekend to take Cash outside and do the flower bed in front of the house, probably with zinnias and wildflowers. And then if that goes well and it's not too crazy, I'm going to plant pinto beans and green beans somewhere else in the yard, like further back.
You have to build a fence for it.
I know, because we have a resident raccoon. We're going to have to get one of those wolf cardboard statues.
To scare them.
To scare them away. Scared them away.
Scared them.
I don't know why I'm so obsessed.
Why does all these women...
I don't know why I'm so obsessed, but I really wanted to grow my own pinto beans and then cook them. Bruh. They only take 90 days.
Bruh. Do it.
From seed to ready to harvest. I want to grow potatoes. Have you seen people growing potatoes on TikTok?
No, but I've seen
do it in a barrel.
I've seen people grow pineapples.
You do it in a barrel. Growing what?
Pineapples.
Oh, I have not seen that.
It's just the top. That's it. Yes, the top.
Huh.
That's it. And you just put it in water.
So I was talking to a coworker. I was like, have you ever planted potatoes? They're like, no, but I've thought about doing that. And I was like, I wonder how you know when to pull them because they're underground. Like, how do you know when they're ready?
Wait. I'm sorry. I just had a dumb idea or dumb question.
Okay.
Potatoes don't have seeds.
You plant other potatoes and they sprout. That's what eyes are on potatoes. Oh. So you just cut up potatoes and you put them in the ground.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And they grow underground.
Yeah.
So I looked up, how do you know when it's time to harvest them? Well, it grows like greenery above ground. And when it starts to die, it's time to pull the potatoes. I know. I learned so much in like 2 days.
Where do pinto beans grow?
They're called bush beans. I don't know what that means, but
I want to see a picture of that.
they do. Okay, let's look it up.
Okay. Pinto bush.
Pinto bush.
Pinto bush.
Look at my pinto bush. That seems
Sorry,
so
just
nasty.
haven't trimmed my pinto bush in a while.
Don't mind my pinto bush.
It's a little out of control.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, they're not very cute, but they kind of look like peas, like pea pods.
Oh,
and then when they're ready, they're brown.
Ooh, excuse me. Oh, yeah, that's not.
So you just pop open the pod and pop the beans out. The beans.
Wow.
Oh, here's another picture. That must be like a different kind. But this spotting makes sense because pinto beans have spots on them.
Yeah. I follow this guy on Instagram and he's always saying like,
I need to get on plant TikTok.
Yeah, like, did you know if you just do this, then this would grow? Yeah. And did you know that you can do this, you can save this and do that? And he's all about compost and like recycling and like growing your own foods. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Incredible.
If I could learn how to grow pinto beans and the apocalypse happened, I'd be good for a while. I could deal pinto beans. I could have a whole pinto bean farm.
If we're in the apocalypse, just take me out.
Take me out.
I'm not trying to trade anything for pinto beans.
I got pinto beans in the closet. When those are gone, I'm done.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so more on my plant hyperfixation. I really do want to be more into plants. I do want to do some more gardening now that I'm getting into my 30s. Like I want to have a different, like I want to try some other hobbies, you know what I mean? Some soft girl era type hobbies, right?
Yeah.
And I've been thinking to myself, like, why can't I hyperfocus on this? Like if I could just get a hyperfocus on this, I would learn so much in such a small amount of time. Like what is it blocking me? And it started this week. It was your plant. It was your propagated plant that did it. So congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Congratulations and thank you.
Yeah. Thank you and you're welcome.
And I'll teach you everything I learn from here on out.
Please.
Anyway. Yeah, so it was good.
Good. Glad you had a good birthday.
Yeah. Oh, and Shelly was telling me, she's like, when you go get a pot, if you get a terracotta pot, make sure that the saucer is glazed, like it has a coating on it. She said because if it's just a bare terracotta saucer, the water actually soaks through the terracotta saucer and it could make the shelf or whatever you have it on wet. So that if it's a wooden shelf, it'll wilt the shelf.
Ooh.
Yeah, so let's look at your saucers when we're done. Let's look at your saucers, why don't we?
I only have two of them.
2 terracotta?
No.
So I think you're
2 saucers.
I think all of yours are ceramic though. Like coffee mug material.
Yeah, well, the big corn plant in the kitchen, that's clay. Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have a saucer.
Well, I have a saucer underneath it.
Oh, but it's plastic. It's a plastic saucer.
It's plastic with cork on top of it. And then I have a saucer on the big pathos, but that's a plastic. The pot is plastic.
Yep.
I have not lifted that to see how that.
Let's take a look.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, it's probably fine. And most of our plants at work are on the windowsill on like a drywall wooden windowsill. So like if it soaked through, it would damage the windowsill, and that's why.
Yeah. Well, some of my pots don't have drainer. They're not drained because. Well, I try to be very careful when I water them, not to overwater them. Kind of just eyeball it now. But yeah, some of mine don't have.
Well, she was telling me to get a drain in case I overwater it, so that the plant can decide what it wants to expel.
Oh yeah, and then you have the feed from the bottom. Have you seen that?
Yeah, she does that.
Oh my
She actually says that it prevents the flies.
Yeah, I don't. That's too much work.
Yeah, because you have to do it and then wait and then take it out, put a different plant in. She does that at work, but it's because she's at work. So she'll put one in and then do some work and then change it out and do another one. Wow. For most of them.
Work?
Oh, we have a lot. She has at least 7 at her desk.
Plants?
Yes. She has a pathos in the corner, and then these ones that look like fall leaves almost, but they grow on these really thin sticks. I don't know what they're called. And then she has one that looks like mint, but it's not mint. And then she has one that is like a vine that grows around a ring. Like it's like a stand with a ring on it, and then the vine grows around it. And then a couple other ones. And then when we moved to our new building, she had my boss order plants from a website that does self-watering pots. And so there's 2 in Boss Katie's office, 1 in Ryan's office, 2 additional ones in the data entry room, which is the same room that her desk is in. One's a ponytail plant. Have you ever seen that? Ponytail tree?
No.
The ponytail tree was not doing well when it first came to us.
I don't know much plant names.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just describe to you what they are.
But you'll see why this is called a ponytail tree when I show it to you. And then we have large plants downstairs on the ground.
How does she water those? Just over the top?
They have self-watering pots. So she just checks their pots every so often to make sure they're full.
Oh.
That's ponytail tree.
Really? I thought that was the money tree.
Ponytail palm is what it's called.
Ponytail palm.
And then we have a large floor plant.
Call it ponytail Pam.
we have a large floor plant downstairs that looks like a weed plant, which is kind of funny.
Is it?
We have 2 of those downstairs.
Didn't deny it.
And we have 1 in the break room, 1 in the QA room, and 1 in the fill room.
You guys got 3 weed plants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are a pharmacy.
Yeah.
No, we don't. But yeah, we have quite a bit of plants. And she purposely bought plants that don't need direct sunlight. Like some of them never see sunlight, but she'll rotate them out. She's our plant lady. That's why I took my plant to her at work. You
Honestly,
see why? She's taking care of like 20 plants at work. So
give me some tips.
Oh, the one that looks like the aloe plant we were talking about, we have one of those at work too.
The tall one.
I'm going to steal it. No, it's not that tall. It's a tabletop one, and it's probably this tall, including the pot.
But it said it looks like aloe?
10-inch plant, 10-inch pot. It looks like aloe, but it's a flat leaf. Like it stands up like aloe. But it's a flat leaf, and you said light green to dark green.
Oh, yeah. The air purifiers. I want one of those. I do.
They had those at Ace Hardware.
Sophie got one of those a couple years ago, and I just went to her house the other day. Probably. It's huge.
Go ahead, keep it talking.
No, how's it?
No. Yes, this one.
And same, I'll go to Kroger or I'll go to a store and I'm like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this. I'm like, calm down.
Yeah.
One at a time.
One at a time.
But no, I really want one of those. I don't like necessarily the way they look.
Like this?
Yep.
I think they look cool.
Because I think it's very common. I try not to get common, but then pathos is like really common too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We have one of these at work too.
What are they called?
Good question. Markham's Nursery? No, that's probably not it.
No.
That's the name of the website. Let's see.
You know what we should call this episode?
Snake plant.
Snake plant.
Yep. There are other plants that are also air purifiers, including peace lilies. But I've heard peace lilies are very, like hard, like they have attitude. You know what I mean?
What do the peace lilies look like? Oh.
English ivy is also air purifier. I've seen these. I think my grandma used to have one of those.
Yep.
Bamboo palm. Oh, this is bamboo palm. So kind of like the ponytail palm. Red edge. Never seen that one. Money plant. That's the money plant. You said money plant earlier, right?
Money tree.
Chinese evergreen. Some people are allergic to evergreen, so be careful with that.
I think my mom has that.
Spider plant.
Spider plant? Nope.
You have a spider plant, right?
No.
You don't have one like this?
No.
Oh. Maybe Kendra does.
I have a bamboo and I have grass.
Bamboo and grass.
Bamboo and grass.
Anyways, we've talked enough about plants, I think.
Wait, I was going to say, we should call this The Secret Life of Plants.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay. We don't start talking about plants until the 41st minute. 41st.
Was it the 41st? 41st?
It was like 40 minutes in.
Oh, then maybe not then.
Yeah.
Just love after loss.
Love after loss, comma, The Secret Life. whatever you said.
Secret Life of Plants.
Yeah. I don't know what else. We only got a few more minutes left.
I got Vanderpump.
Oh,
Friggin'
yes. Okay, let's pause though, because I need to pee. But I'm not gonna turn it off. Leave it running.
All right. Okay.
I'm ready. Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump Villa.
I almost said village. Village.
Okay, long story short.
That's not possible with you. So sorry to tell you.
Okay. I started watching Vanderpump Villa. And if you haven't watched it and want to watch it, spoiler alert, don't listen. Go to another episode, okay? Kelsey, no.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm good. I'm going to stay and edit and everything.
All right.
Does it feel that good?
Yeah, actually.
And you just did your makeup.
I know. Okay. So Lisa Vanderpump, she is in the, what do I call it? The
House of Hell? No. I don't know.
No, she's in the she's hospitality business.
Hospitality.
My God. Okay. So she buys this retreat house thingy. This is her business. She wants to venture into a villa, right? Mm-hmm. And the first season takes place in France. And so she hand selects a group of staff members to work at this villa to take care of guests. Guests come and they experience, they're served to, there's curated events for them. They stay the night, typically spending 1 or 2 nights. And the show is a reality TV show, and it's mostly the drama with the staff members, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's young and they have their egos and, yada, yada, yada. First season, it's a little slow, but I like it. It's pretty good. I think it's good. All right. The thing that you need to know about this first season is that 2 of the servers that were hand selected to come there are exes. They were previously in a toxic relationship.
And they don't know that they're going to be there together until they're there?
No, exactly. So that's kind of what it seems like.
Okay.
So
who knows if that's the truth?
Yeah. So what happens? They get back together. They're not together. He makes out with someone. He's a complete asshole. He treats every woman like shit.
This is real, reality TV.
Real reality TV.
Okay.
And everyone's telling, her name is Hannah. Mm-hmm. His name is Marciano.
Okay.
And she literally, her spark is gone when she's with him. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of arguing. She takes his side. She's not a walk in the park either. Mm-hmm. I say this because it's important to the next season, right?
Okay.
So in this first season, Lisa gives a lot of chances. She's very motherly. She tries to give them advice. It's a feel good reality TV show, whatever, right? Honestly, I don't remember much of the first season because that's not really important. Mm-hmm. The second season.
Okay.
So I'm doing this in between my Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, right? And I find out on the second season of the Secret Life of Mormon Wives, they actually went to the castle that is season 2 of Vanderpump Villa.
Okay.
So once they start getting into that drama in the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, I go and watch the second season of Vanderpump Villa. So this time, Lisa buys a castle in Italy.
Mm-hmm. It crosses over on both shows?
No.
Just
Vanderpump Villa.
Oh, okay. Secret Life is on Vanderpump.
Yes.
Okay.
So a group of them came over to the villa, to the castle, and all of this is recorded on their show, not the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Got it.
It must have been on their off season or something. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Hannah and Marciano are both on this second season. Everyone had a chance to interview to see if they could come back on the show, to get back on Lisa's services, to work for her. And I think she only picks 6 people from the first season. Everyone else is new.
Okay.
But everyone, of course, knows who Hannah and Marciano are now because they were like public. A fucking tornado. Right. So Hannah's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm grown. I don't care about him. I'm done. Okay. Wipes her hands, cleans of Marciano. Essentially.
For our audio listeners, Angelica's wiping her hands.
Okay, Marciano, right? So the tea on The Secret Life of Mormon Wives was that one of the wives was flirting with Marciano.
Okay.
And that there was something more. There was something that happened in Italy. They kept hinting that something happened in Italy. And there's this wife called Demi. Basically, she turns out... I almost said trigger warning. Spoiler alerts. She turns out to be the villain of season 2, but she's trying to make Jen the villain. That's all you need to know.
Who's Jen?
Jen's another wife.
Okay.
Mormon wife.
Okay.
So they're going at each other. It's honestly really stupid. It's because Jen is a people pleaser and they were trying to tell her that her husband was toxic. I think Jen accidentally overshared too much what was going on in her and with her husband and their marriage. And I think the other wives felt like they could judge, which at first it came from a place of concern and love, but then it kind of felt like, okay, I think I overshared. I'm going to take a step back and tell you that my marriage is good. And they're like, we don't believe you. Why are you lying? And it just felt really weird. Honestly, very strange, to the point where Jen had to take a leave of absence because her mental health was just like, she couldn't handle it anymore. Demi went OD on her. Anyways, not the point. Demi and Jen were two of the Mormon wives that had went to Italy for that summer. And Jen is the one that mentioned, well, she's clearly trying to make me out to be the liar because I know what really happened over there in Italy.
Okay.
So I'm like, whoa. Pause. Let me go back to this show. When they're there, you can see Demi flirting with Marciano. Marciano is also flirting with Demi. And there was this scene where, like, you can tell a lot was cut out because they're acting like they've known each other their whole lives. He's hugging on her. He's kissing her on the side of her head. And then when they leave, when it's the day of the morning of where they're all leaving, tell me why Demi waits as all of the other girls leave. Marciano comes up to her and she's like, yeah, so like if you're ever, in Utah and like hit me up or whatever. Like, you're married, bitch. Like, why are you entertaining this man?
Right.
She was being too much of a flirt. She was being too much of a... She opened her arms way too wide.
Well, and on TV.
On TV. And literally, like, the next day, one of his coworkers is like, hey, Demi had a rock on her finger. Like, what the hell was that about?
Yeah.
He goes, no. Demi's such a great woman. Like, she's wonderful. I love her so much. She's just like, she just taught me so much about myself. She was there for 2 days. She taught you so much about yourself? What do you mean? What do you mean, right? But it seemed like a lot was cut out from the show.
Okay.
And that's kind of all the tea that we hear about it on Vanderpump Villa.
Okay.
Marciano is literally, like, when they're asking him questions in the interview, he's like, oh, God, I don't know if I should say that on national TV. I don't know if I should say that. I don't know if I should. Like, he's acting sus. Like, something happened. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I go back. So that's over with.
Okay.
So I go back to The Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Okay.
And tell me why Jen said that on one of the nights, Demi was playing Spin the Bottle. And I'm like, whoa, that's kind of crazy.
Okay.
They keep hinting that something happened at Italy. The last episode ends with another Mormon wife. She's not exactly a wife anymore. She's divorced. But anyways, Layla, she goes and meets up with Marciano, which Layla, she's... girl, troubled. Anyway, she meets up with Marciano and she's like, hey, I need to know the truth because this is causing a rift between my friends. What happened in Italy? Layla also went to Italy, but she doesn't know what happened. Marciano says, oh yeah, there was an affair. There was something going on. And Layla goes, but like with Demi? And he goes, no, someone else that went to Italy. Jesse, another wife that was there.
Oh my God.
He claims that he had an affair with Jesse, not Demi, but Jesse. And that was the cliffhanger on the last season. So I was like, wait, no, I don't believe that.
Another season hasn't come out yet.
No, I don't believe that for one fucking second because Demi acted way too suspicious. Demi acted way too suspicious. Jesse, I feel like is in a committed relationship. I don't think she would ever do that. So then I'm looking on TikTok of all the interviews they've gone on since the show has released. And I find the Vile Files. Do you know that podcast with Nick Viles?
No.
Oh my God. He interviews reality star TV's celebrities, whatever. Jen, the original girl that said something happened in Italy, Jen and her husband are on this podcast and they both say that Demi was on Marciano's lap and had made out with him.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
There's the affair right there.
There's the affair, dude. And they're trying to pin it. Okay, anyways, not the point.
But why? What's the end game to pin it on somebody else?
So it also came out to, it also came to light that, so Demi, it seems like she has become now money hungry, fame hungry, and she will do whatever for fame and money, to the point where she tried to get Jesse, the one they're trying to pin the affair on, kicked off the show so that she could get more money. And that's supposed to be her best friend.
Oh my gosh.
It's messy as hell.
So again, what is the end game here?
So in the first season, Demi actually suggested staging an affair between someone else's boyfriend and her. Why? For what?
Yeah.
To stir up drama?
Yeah.
But
to make the show better.
Everyone's saying that she actually did have an affair. And that's why, like, she's trying to pin it on someone else. That her and Marciano came up with this elaborate affair, that they actually had the affair. But tell me why yesterday Marciano came on Facebook or wherever and he actually calls out Demi's husband and said, dude, I basically, dude, I fucked your wife. Ask her about it. She has my number.
Whoa.
Get my number off your wife. She knows what happened. Let's just
the balls.
Let's just come clean, essentially.
The balls.
I know. And I'm like, dude, I love the tea. But over Marciano, like, he is a womanizer. He doesn't treat women right. Like, all this over that guy.
Ugh. So annoying.
Oh my God, okay.
So annoying when women fight over men that aren't worth it.
Literally, and you're married. And what's crazy is that at one of the, they have this party and another girl's husband condescendingly like tapped her on her like side. She literally ran upstairs to her husband and said, Chase put his hands on me. I wouldn't consider that putting your hands on. The husband literally wasted no time and ran after the guy and was like, did you just touch my wife? Like, go fucking apologize to her right now before I kick your ass. Like, hot.
Wow.
Okay. Vanderpump Villa. After the whole Marciano bullshit, that's when I think it starts to get really good. Okay. Because there is this guy in the house who, his name is Ciotti. No one likes Ciotti. You can see truly from a psychological standpoint, he is a narcissist.
Okay.
So he very early on couples with this girl named Sienna. Sienna, when she interviewed to be there, she was a super bubbly, super high energy person. Tell me why he takes her on a roller coaster ride. One night they fuck, the next morning he doesn't even speak to her. And the days that he doesn't speak to her, she physically feels ill to the point where she can't do her job. And it gets to the point where it's affecting her so bad and everyone's watching this. Everyone's watching this toxic cycle. They argue, they fuck. They argue, they fuck. They don't talk, they fuck. Like, it's so toxic. It's affecting everyone because they all live together.
Yeah.
And everyone's telling her, like, you're such a great person. Like, why are you letting him do that to you? Like, we're here for you. We support you. Move out of his room. You can move into mine. Like, don't let him treat you like this. And she's like, okay, yeah, you're right. Lisa even gives the girls a night off. They can go enjoy themselves. She breaks things. Oh, this is where it really pissed me off. She gets the courage to finally break up with him, right? So she goes up to him and she's like, hey, I'm done with whatever this is. I'm done with the ups and downs. I'm not going to let you treat me like this anymore. I deserve better. And I'm done with this. Mm-hmm. He literally goes, okay. All right, cool. And just walks away, right? Mm-hmm. So everyone's like, yay, she finally did it. Like, woohoo, like go Sienna. The next fucking day, oh my God, he's ignoring her, right? Because he has nothing to say to her. Right. Halfway through the day, she says, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And he's like, yeah, what's up? She's like, you're not going to talk to me? And he goes, for what? And she's like, well, I broke up with you yesterday. He goes, I know. That's why I'm not talking to you. And she goes, well, like normally when a girl breaks up with a guy, like the guy fights for her. And he goes,
so you only broke up with him to make him fight for you?
He literally said, no, I'm respecting your decision. If you don't want to be with me, I'm saying, okay. If that's the decision you came to,
respect yourself in that way.
Exactly. And so she was like, I just thought that you would fight for me. And I just think like, this just shows that you really don't care. And he's like, you're right.
I really don't care. So go on somewhere.
I really don't care. Exactly.
Yeah.
But she wants him to fight for her, right?
And his unavailability is very enticing to her.
Oh my God. It's so rough to see because I'm getting so frustrated at her. And anytime she comes on and Mario pops his head in. I said, oh my God, I hate her. I freaking hate her. Right? Okay. So
this is the one that you think is like you?
Yes. So everyone's becoming like frustrated with her. It's like, dude, you broke up with him. Mm-hmm. You cleaned your hands of this. Why are you going back to him? Like that, you're being... Later on that day, he accidentally closes a door. Like it's completely on accident. He accidentally closes a door on her shoulder and she fucking milks that shit. Oh my God, my shoulder really hurt. I can't work today. My shoulder really hurts. He goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, what can I do to make you feel better? Like, I'll do whatever you want. I'm so sorry. I feel really guilty. They end up having sex that night. They're back together. And I think that she truly milked that.
Yeah.
To get his empathy. Yep. So now they're back together. They go on another outing. They're isolating themselves. And she, in her interviews, she's like, I know these people aren't my friends. They're clearly not my friends because they're not talking to me. They're isolating me. And, you know, they're over here telling me to break up with Ciati, but like, he makes me happy. So like, they're not really good friends. I know
honey bun.
I know who my friends are. And these are my coworkers. I'm just here to work.
Go to therapy.
I was like,
learn something.
Dude. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So what happens after that? Okay. Mind you, he's isolating her. They're isolating themselves.
Yeah.
It's not that they don't want to talk. They tell her all the time.
And her coworkers are not going to be able to withstand all this over and over and over and over and over again.
Yes. And so of course they're like, okay, you know what? I need to step out of this. Like one guy almost like was trying to fight him. Like you treat her like shit. Like that's not okay. Blah, blah, blah. Right. Okay. So that happens. They're at the beach. They're all lovey-dovey. They're making out. They're having this great day. The next day, he ignores her. He ignores her completely. She loses it. She can't work. She's physically ill. Lisa finally is like, enough of this. You need to go home. You need to go fix yourself, work on yourself. This is not a good environment for you. You clearly cannot distinguish work from personal life. You've got to go. So she goes up to him and she's like, I'm leaving. I gotta go. Like I got fired, right? And she's like crying so hard, right? And he's like, oh man, that sucks, blah, 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 blah. She leaves. He moves on as if nothing happened. And everyone's like, aren't you sad that Sienna left? And he goes, no, I didn't really care.
Wow.
I don't really care about her.
Very telling.
He goes, this is work. That was nothing. That meant nothing to me.
Wow.
I actually really didn't care. So,
but could have seen that coming, obviously.
And I'm just like, I can't wait till she sees this. I can't wait till she sees this. Well, anyways, my realization with that is like, oh my God, I hate her so bad. But I'm like, wait a minute. She's in this toxic cycle.
Yeah.
She can't break out of it.
She also has bad relationship habits, like wanting the guy to chase after her and
She's like, no one knows him like I do.
Trying to milk attention out of him. Yeah. She needs to unlearn those.
When he's ignoring her, that's when she wants him the most. Like, but then he does give her attention. They're having sex. They're making out. They have these good nights. And the next day he just ignores her.
Yeah.
It's like he's taking her on this roller coaster ride that she can't get out of.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing everyone else's frustration. I'm like, oh my God, that was me at one point. And my friend's frustration and my family's frustrations. And I'm just like, wow, I hate her because I was her.
Did you ever have that feeling like these aren't my real friends? They don't want me to be happy. Did you ever have that feeling? Or were you ever frustrated with your friends because they were too hard on your relationship?
No.
Okay.
I think I was on my mom though, because I'm like, oh, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's like. But no, not my friends. I don't think
she does.
Oh yeah, she knew. I was the idiot there. But yeah, and then so everyone hates Ciati because of that, but also because he's fake as fuck. And he's a narcissist. And the last thing I'll say about this show is, okay, there's this girl named Grace. She's the youngest one there. I think she's like 22, 23. A lot of them are in their late 20s, early 30s, right? So she was in the first season and she shot her shot with one of the guys that she liked there. She is a confident girl, but she knows that she's maybe not the prettiest, maybe not the most confident, like confident in the way that like she's a little bit awkward. But anyway, she decided to shoot her shot. It missed. She took it like a champ, right? The second season, and I feel like she was like, you know what? I'm going to go for this guy named Dom because I think he's cute and like surely I'm in his league. Like surely, right? So she shoots her shot with him. She plans this nice dinner for him. Like she keeps dropping all these hints and she's like trying to cuddle with him and she's like moving in on him, right? And she tells him like straight up, I like you. I want to be with you. I want this to turn into something serious. And he's always like, I don't know. You're really fun, but I don't know. Tell me why he starts crushing on another girl because he got a little too cocky and was like, I can choose whoever I want. He started liking this other girl. That girl found out. Tells another girl. That girl goes and tells Grace, hey, the guy that you like actually likes this other girl. So she goes, okay, that really sucks. And I hate that I was vulnerable, but like it is what it is.
Yeah.
She goes to break up with Dom and she's like, hey, or not like break up, but like, hey, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I found out from someone that you actually like this other girl. And he goes, oh yeah, I have been having those dreams, but it's not what you think. And she goes, huh? What dreams? He goes, yeah, didn't you hear about the dreams? Are you talking about the dreams that I had about her? The sex dreams that I had about her? And she goes, what? No, I didn't. But thank you for telling me that because that just completely solidified that. Yeah. I'm putting myself out there and you don't even want me. Yeah. And it's crazy because when she starts to pull back is when he tries to chase her. And shout out Grace. Yeah. She stands tall. She's like, no, you had your chance. And oh, well, right. Tell me why. So as they lose. Tell me why. Sometimes when they lose people, they bring in new people. They brought in this guy named TJ. So Dom was like this short, like 5'4" short king. He was a drunk. Yeah. He drinks all the time. He says stupid shit. He's kind of funny, but not really. He's an instigator. He was definitely below her league, but she thought he, was going to give him a chance. TJ is this 6'4", buff as fuck, tanned as fuck, cutie. And he is the golden retriever to her. Ooh, yeah. He comes in first day. Oh my God. Like, you're like so freaking adorable. Yeah. Like, can I rub your feet? Can I get you this? Cuddles up on her at their dinner. Oh my God, I want to kiss you so bad. Like, oh my gosh. He and like, mind you, I think Grace is adorable, but like it's crazy that they would match. But he's like, oh my God, like Grace is like everything. And it just the point of that, and everyone in the house is seeing this, like, damn, like, you dumb fuck. Yeah. And now he's like jealous or whatever. And I'm like, see, if you just let go of things that aren't for you when it's time to let go, something better will come your way.
All good things happen exactly when they're supposed to.
Yeah. And like, it's just so pretty to see her blooming. And
well, you've made me want to watch it.
You have to watch it.
I will this weekend probably.
No, like you have to.
I will.
You have to watch the first season.
Okay.
You have to trudge along. Trudge.
Truck along. Chug.
Truck along.
Truck. Is it truck along?
It's not chug along.
Tug along.
No. Anyway.
Cash does this thing with trains. He goes, choo choo, all aboard.
Oh.
That's who he says it to because he can't say his R's. All aboard.
Oh.
Anyway.
I hope I explained that right. And even if I didn't, please watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and Vanderpump Villa. They are so good. I'm addicted. I'm going to be so sad once Vanderpump Villa ends because I have like 2 more episodes left and I just can't stop watching it. You cannot make this shit up.
Yeah.
Like,
I followed it.
You know how there's some reality shows where like you can tell they make shit up?
Yeah.
Or they make small things bigger things?
Yeah, like on Kardashians, like the way they cut it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is not that.
Yeah.
This is
wow. Just
like young, egotistical people and all walks of life.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it's so good. It's so good.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Yes.
We haven't said that in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't, but go watch it.
All right, y'all. It is 1:26 a.m. Wow. So we're going to be done here soon so I can go edit. And we'll see y'all next week.
We'll see y'all next
week. Do you see me and Angelica's nails? They match. Kind of. Okay.
Come on.
All right, bye.